Welcome back. Today we're revisiting a name that once meant the same thing to millions of kids every single week, and discovering how she quietly rebuilt her entire identity twice decades after the cameras stopped rolling. Lisa Whelchel grew up in Texas, a genuinely shy kid who found her voice performing in local plays, using the stage as a way to slowly work through that early nervousness. At just 13 years old, she auditioned for Walt Disney's Talent Search and became one of the youngest Mouseketeers on the new Mickey Mouse Club, her very first taste of national attention. That early training set the foundation for everything that followed. At 16, she was cast as Blair Warner, the wealthy, effortlessly confident boarding school student on The Facts of Life, a role she'd play for 9 full seasons alongside castmates who became lifelong friends. Here's a detail almost nobody remembers. During the show's run, producers actually sent her to what she's openly called a fat farm after she gained weight, a moment that reflected just how differently young actresses were treated back then. Unlike many of her castmates, Whelchel never chased dramatic reinvention after the show ended in 1988. Instead, she leaned into music, earning a Grammy nomination for a contemporary Christian album, and later became a best-selling author. Her book Creative Correction alone sold over 200,000 copies, reaching an audience completely separate from her television fans. Her personal life took its own quieter path. She married Steve Cameron in 1988 and raised 3 children, stepping back from entertainment almost entirely to focus on family. That marriage ended in divorce, a genuinely difficult chapter she's since spoken about with real honesty, describing it as something that forced her to rebuild her entire sense of identity outside of simply being someone's wife. Then in 2012, at 49 years old, she did something nobody expected. She competed on Survivor Philippines, tying for second place and winning the fan-favorite award along with $100,000. It reintroduced her to a generation that only knew her as Blair Warner, proving that same sharp wit was still fully intact decades later. She's since said flatly she'd never do it again, turning down a return for Survivor's 50th season entirely, content instead, in her words, to watch from the warmth, comfort and emotional safety of her own home. What most fans don't know is the deeper journey she's been on since. A 30-day silent retreat, trips to Peru, a 500-mile trek across Spain, all part of what she now openly calls a process of shedding the good little girl persona she felt trapped by for decades. She's chronicling it now on a Substack she named tellingly, Throw Out the Bathwater. Now 62, and having just announced a brand new project after nearly 20 years away from publishing, Lisa Whelchel isn't chasing a comeback. She's simply continuing to evolve quietly on her own timeline, the same way she always has. What's your favorite Lisa Whelchel memory? Blair Warner, Survivor, or something else entirely? Let us know in the comments and subscribe for more real, untold stories from the stars who shaped a generation.